The following is a presentation of the Black Hollywood Live Network, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. Hollywood Redefined. From Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is Black Hollywood Live Reality Check, featuring in-depth interviews with today's reality TV stars. Black Hollywood Live, Hollywood Redefined.
You're listening to Black Hollywood Live.
And now, the host of Black Hollywood Live Reality Check.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Black Hollywood Live Reality Check. And we are loving this song today. Join with me, Corrine Williams.
Hey.
And our special guests, Holly and Nia Frazier.
Yay.
Now, this song that we introduced with, tell me a little bit about it. Who is this singing?
Who?
It's me.
Yeah! It's you!
So tell us about this song because it has such a great vibe and it's something that you can really jam to. What was the inspiration behind it?
The inspiration behind my song is to start your own life, obviously, but also
Yes.
whenever somebody tells you you can't do it, you can always do it. And nobody else is a star in your own life besides you. Like, you're the only star in your own life. Like, you're just gonna shine.
Come on now. That's spoken from a 13-year-old, everybody. Get it together.
And so did you experience anything personally that made you want to produce something like this?
Yes, because I know I get, while I'm dancing, I get a lot of negative feedback sometimes. So I wanted to just say, you know what? I'm a star, and nobody else can change that.
And Mom, I'm sure that you had something to do with this. Did you encourage her to kind of, do this song so you can empower young girls and don't let this affect you negatively? Tell us a little bit about how you inspired her as well.
Well, Nia and I spend a lot of time together, mother and daughter experiences, and sometimes just from the experiences she has had, they have been negative. And as a mom, I want Nia to know your worth. Regardless of whatever anyone says, you know that you have value in life. And that in your life, this is our mantra, you get to star in your own life. There's only one you. So in your life, you're the star in your own life. And you need that as a framework.
You're the best you there is.
Yes, you are.
Exactly right.
And so, of course, you were on Dance Moms with Abby. Now, tell us, was Abby, okay, she has a reputation of being a little bit negative. Now, so tell me, what's one thing that you would want to say to her right now if she's watching, considering all of that kind of negativity that you received? Listen to my song.
That, and I don't know, we've been, she's still my dance teacher, so I have to be very respectful of her because, she's gotten me to this point today.
Definitely.
But also at times, some of her negativity doesn't need to be here.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes she should just lay it back a little bit.
And Mom, now how do you deal with that negativity? Because, this is your baby girl, and then you have an adult talking to her in a way that you wouldn't necessarily approach a situation. How do you deal with that?
It's a difficult balance because as a mom, you want to interject and voice your opinion and fight all the battles. But I also have to be respectful of Nia, too. She is a young adult. She is 13, about to be 14 in a couple of months.
Yeah.
I can't believe it either. And at a time when she was a lot younger, I would fight a lot of battles.
Yeah.
And now it's just picking and choosing what's the right battle to fight, listening to Nia when she says, you know what, I can handle this, and allowing her to have a voice. I have to model for her and also for the other girls how to engage in conflict in a good way. I mean, you're going to deal with difficult people in your life. That's the norm. You might have a difficult boss, a coworker, a neighbor, and how do you engage in conflict with dignity and respect? And hopefully Nia will learn that and she can do it on her own. So I also have to step back and allow Nia to fight her own battles from time to time.
That's so great.
And I also think that just as a fan and watching the show, like, since the beginning, you know, I've fallen off just a little bit. It's a lot of seasons. But, you know, I would say to you, Miss Holly, that you have great poise and grace when you are in situations where it is thick and you have to confront or her behavior is not as pleasant as we would like it to be. But I always notice how you actually handle yourself versus the other moms, because they get to cussing, acting crazy. I'm like, ooh, clutch. Oh, really? But yeah, you're always pulled up, as I like to say.
Thank you.
Well, we're going to get more into our interview with both you and Nia. Before we do so, we're going to talk about some hot topics that have been trending this week. We're going to first start off by talking about one of the Kardashians, Kylie. Now, Kylie is only about 3 years older than you. You're going to be 14 and she's 17. Now, let's do a side-by-side comparison if we may. I feel personally this is what a teenager should look like. You know, you don't need the va-va-voom and you don't need all of that. At least when I was growing up, this is what a teenager looked like. So let's get into the story, shall we?
Okay.
And we would love for you guys to weigh in. So the story is Kylie is dating Tyga, who is a rapper who happens to be a lot older than her, about 25.
With a baby.
Yes. And they have been spotted out, especially on Easter. They attended service together, I guess, and they have been frequenting different places around LA together, Kylie, the baby, and Tyga, the baby, and Tyga. And, you know, the baby's mom, China, it's rubbing her the wrong way.
Black
she
China.
basically says that she doesn't want a teenager, you know, around her son. She doesn't want a Kardashian influence on her son. How do you feel about this, Corrine? Do you agree with China? Is she appropriate for saying these things? Or does she need to respect the fact that Tyga is in a relationship with a new girl who happens to be 17, though?
I pause because I have to gather myself. I mean, there's so many situations in this entire story where I can just like poke and jab. For one, since she is a mother, I'm not, but since she's a mom, I would say you do need to respect her wishes. This is a child, essentially. Kylie is a child.
Two kids in this situation.
However, this is where the controversy comes in within me because she was as
True.
Passing it on.
So as a mom, I would love your perspective. Now, Kylie, we all know the Kardashians and what they're about, and they have a momager who kind of like manages all of their careers, so you can kind of relate on some kind of level. Now, what would you say to Kylie? Do you think that she's too overdone? Do you think that she should kind of like...
Look at Miss Holly. Well, no.
Listening to all of
Since
this.
your background is education and you're a doctor, weigh in on your professional opinion. How about that?
It's difficult. I think this is very complicated, and honestly, you have your entire life to be an adult. I just think you should enjoy your childhood.
Thank you. That's what I wanted to get out of you.
That's the most important thing. I think at 17, there's
ridiculous.
So much of your life to live. Don't grow up too fast. And it's difficult to manage that. Even with Nia, there are things that she wants to do, but you have to establish boundaries. And it's appropriate for kids, adolescents, teenagers to test those boundaries.
She's like,
what are you trying to do, Nia? What are you trying to do?
Now, I know you don't have to answer this if you do not want to, but when Nia is 17, would you allow her to date someone who's 25 years old? With the baby?
That's a lot.
Hell no. I'll say it for you.
I would say that would not fly.
Yeah.
But I think also I'm pretty confident that the way that we raised Nia, that she would also know that would not be in her best interest with what she has as far as her goals and what she wants to do in her life. She has a focus.
It doesn't involve boys.
Good. Stay focused.
Yes, honey.
Tunnel vision.
Write your songs.
Yeah.
Do your videos. Zhuzh yourself on TV and pump.
So we're going to stick to the topic of the Kardashians. However, we're going to flip it. Now, there has been a lot of signs around Los Angeles that says no parking Kardashians.
I have not seen this.
And this happens to be in West Hollywood.
Whoa.
And it's like, no one knows who's done this.
I'm gonna look for that.
Nobody.
haven't seen that.
And I think it's comical. However,
Comma.
it's bullying. So I can't really support that. But it's kind of funny. Well, how do you guys feel?
Oh, you are so naughty. I think that's whack.
Nia, do you think that this is appropriate? Or do you think it's funny?
Both.
It's a combo.
Why I think it's so funny is just because, like, who does that?
Yeah.
First of all, and then second of all, like, people should just park as they please.
Exactly. You know what would be awesome is if one of the Kardashians goes to one of those signs,
And
park
parks
their
there.
car, they're
And
like
takes a picture.
and takes a picture and posts it on
On Instagram,
You know who's
Twitter.
really great at making fun of herself? It's Khloe Kardashian.
She is.
She's
I agree.
always like making fun of herself. So I thought it was funny.
I think, you know what, being in a public spotlight, you have to have thick skin and you have to laugh
Exactly.
at yourself. And watching yourself on television allows you to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be able to laugh at yourself. And not take that too seriously. Like, really, you can't take it
Yeah.
that seriously.
So when was your first moment, and this can go for either one of you, where you literally watched yourself on TV or you were going through something while you were filming and you cringed? Like, oh, I cannot believe that this happened. And you had to kind of tell yourself, gotta have thick skin. This is a part of the business. I gotta toughen up. And because I know sometimes I look back at footage and I'm like, Lord, what was I thinking? Look at, and so it's really hard to be in front of the camera. How do you guys deal with that?
It is a little challenging because if you make a mistake or make a funny face or something, people will just screenshot
It
that.
becomes a meme.
It will go everywhere. And it's like, oh, darn, I should have made that face.
So do you let it affect you? Like, do you go into a place of like you're sad, or it's just like, you know what? Whatever. It's just a part of life and a part of the business, and I'm invested in it.
Sometimes I am sad, but then my mom, she'll be like,
Aw.
there's bigger issues in the world. But then also, it just kind of like rolls off my shoulders, and I'm like, I don't really care.
Yeah.
Or you
great.
listen to your song.
Exactly.
Come on now. Yes.
So do you have any experiences that you would like to share when it was just like really tough for you and you overcame a situation, or is it just always peaches and cream? You're just like, whatever, I don't care what happens.
No, I would say there are lots of times I do care, because even though I'm pretty confident in the way that I'm raising Nia, I parent in a fishbowl.
Absolutely.
So, and everyone has commentary about the way I parent, on my choices, even the fact that she dances for Abby. Like, why would you keep her in that environment? And it's funny because one of the times recently, right before we came back to LA, I asked Nia, because we had a particularly difficult day when Abby gave an analogy of Nia as a murderer with Aubrey in recording the song, and I had to get Nia, focused. And at the same time, like, do you still want to do this? And she's like, I know you want me to say no, but I still love it. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So your life would be easier. I'm like, it would be easier. And I think there are times that people would question, as a parent, why would I stay? And I stay in this environment because this is something that Nia wants to do, and it's a great platform for things that she wants to do in the
Absolutely.
future. So it's complicated. I don't think people really understand all the nuances.
Right.
So you put yourself out there. It's very vulnerable as a child and as a mom for America to weigh in, and people weigh in on social media
All the time.
All of the time. Everyone has an opinion, and
Rude.
the thing is that life is, and we're complex
quiet.
people.
Exactly. We can only
She is 13.
we can only be human. And I love that
Jeez.
passion and that fire that you have. Where did that develop from, or did you always have it?
I think sometimes, I feel like I used to be like a little shy at
You
first.
seem like it.
So-
Yes. Come on now.
So I feel like dancing and actually doing my music has made me break out of my shell a little bit.
Yeah.
Because even the show, like, it's made me break out of my shell, because I used to be kind of like shy and not that outgoing.
Yeah.
And now I feel like I'm more adventurous and trying new things.
I will say about you, from season 1 to whatever season we are in now, just watching you throughout the duration, you have been one of the young ladies who has always maintained like this one great balance of keeping your game face on and then just looking as if nothing is affecting you. You're there to work. So I'm like, yes, she's so young.
And I
but she
attribute-
perseveres. Go, girl.
I attribute a lot of that to you. You seem like such an amazing influence in her life. And we'll get into some of your other accolades later on in the show, Doctor.
Yeah, that's so fancy up in here.
So let's go on to our next topic.
Oh, Lord. Okay, well, let's just, I'm all over the place, honey. Let's switch gears. This one is not pictured, Steven. So the Prancing Elites. Have y'all heard of this?
No.
So basically with the Prancing Elites, it will be a reality show that is going to air on Oxygen, and it takes place in Mobile, Alabama.
Okay.
It is the first gay J-setting team. So, very similar to how the reality show Bring It is. But it's just all young men who are out there just J-setting, doing 8 counts. Yes, honey. And just creating a little buzz and controversy because of the fact that they are homosexual and they are down south. And you see the trailer shows that you see them going through upheaval battles, with people not wanting them to march in the parades and teach at whatever school that they're at. And then you see the family dynamics as well, because some of their family issues have, some of their family members have issues with the way in which that they are. So I'm definitely going to be watching, but do you guys think that this is great for TV or not?
I think it's actually for great TV because people want to see that. And, wouldn't you think it would be great?
It's fabulous. I'm like, I can't wait to watch it.
Me
when
too.
I hear that, because Nia's background, season 1, one of the best moments of Dance Moms was Shangela.
Yes!
And I can't say too much, but Nia's video, we have an evolution of Nia doing some really remarkable moves.
Is Shangela in it?
No.
Shangela!
Well, we got special guests. We have a couple special guests.
RuPaul.
That, you just gotta wait and see. It's awesome.
Well, we're excited to see it. Now, Corrine did mention the show Bring It, and so which I believe is on Lifetime. Have you guys checked it out?
Yes.
Would you ever? We love you, Abby. Would you ever consider working with them, or do you think I really want to get your perspective. Pretty much on the show without being too straightforward. We love you, Abby.
Just say, what do you think about the show?
What do you think about it?
Or Bring It.
About Bring It.
I think everybody has their own style of dance. So my style of dance is more competitive dancing with, like lyrical, jazz, contemporary, ballet,
More
all
technique.
that kind. More technique.
So they're a little bit too hip hoppy,
right.
Yeah.
Too ratchet.
We don't do a lot of hip hop.
Is it ratchet?
No, y'all don't do a lot of hip hop at all.
But
We don't.
So would you ever consider doing
Yeah,
hip hop?
Oh, definitely. Because I do like I do like doing
Their
hip-hop.
kind?
I just, if I got to do it, like maybe I would like it, but I'm not really a person who does hip hop a lot, so I would have to try first.
And they say that they are,
spirit.
they're an urban, not an urban, but a hip hop majorette. So that whole style is completely different than what your
It's
what your
completely
background is.
different.
Yeah.
And what I love about the show, because I do like Bring It, I like
Miss D?
Miss D.
Ooh,
What I like
Miss D.
about her is that she's tough. But I've never, when I watch the show, I've never seen her say anything negative or condescending or demeaning about the girls. And I'm really upfront about that. Like, her style is different, but I like it because it's really refreshing. Like, she might be a little rough around the edges.
She might cuss everybody out.
She might do that.
She might go to competition with bonnets on.
Right. She wants her kids to do well.
Absolutely.
Would you get along with the moms on Bring It, do you think?
I think I get along with Abby. I really do think I get along with everyone except for maybe Abby at times. So I think I would get along very well. I would love. We've never done any crossover like that.
That would be awesome.
But I would love that opportunity.
I would love for your team to battle Miss D's
goodness.
team. That would be. But you guys had to switch dance styles.
Oh my gosh!
Okay, if that happens, they better pay me. They better pay me. that happens.
I love that.
That would be so awesome because they can even just like document that, and that can be like a whole nother show.
Oh, they need that. Y'all are both on Lifetime.
Yes.
I like that
Pay
idea.
me if I see that happening. I'm coming after y'all. My brother is a lawyer, and I will lawyer up real fast.
Actually.
Okay, because that was a good one.
That's a good one. I like that.
Honey, in other dance news, okay, so Alvin Ailey, you know, they're losing 2 dancers for another dance company. So check this out, guys. I'll just go ahead and read it. Basically, the Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater is, I already said, losing 2 of their best dancers. One, Antonio Do-It-Boyd, and Curvin Do-It-Boyd. They're married, and they have been the co-artistic directors for the Center of Creative Arts for the company, and they are losing them to a dance company out in Kansas City, where one of the Boyds, he trained for several years. So they're basically going back to, pour back into their community and teach
That's what
young
they should
people
do.
how to dance, the technique, and basically how to, set the trail to become a dancer.
It's all about education, and
So-
it's all
Giving
about
back.
Giving back, yeah.
It's sad news. So from a dancer's perspective, are they trading?
No.
Okay.
They're not trading because actually Miss Abby has been calling me a traitor for a little
You
bit.
are a
for
child.
a couple weeks now.
Rude.
But, I don't think of that as trading because that's where they came from. So if that's where they came from, then they should go back and help other people who've been there for a really long time. And
Yeah.
Life is all about progression and growth. So you can't stay stagnant in one thing all of your life. You kind of have to maneuver your way onto something new. So I definitely wouldn't call them a traitor, nor do I call you a traitor. So, Abby, quit playing.
Yeah. Antonio says, and I like this, that I quote, "I knew that we could do so much more with the kids on a year-round basis versus a few months." So I just thought that was really
I
sweet.
think that's profound.
Yeah.
And I think as people who are in the arts, at a certain point there's an evolution. And
Exactly.
dancers
Absolutely.
have a career sometimes that doesn't last decades, and as performers,
Yeah.
you may go back into teaching or doing other things, and the fact that they're going back to the community is incredible. And I know Nia's going to the Dance Theater of Harlem this summer for a summer
Yes,
intensive.
ma'am.
I think it's sweet of them to do that.
I do,
actually.
and I think that's a very responsible maneuver for them and a game changer, and
Absolutely.
how wonderful that is for Kansas City to have that experience.
To have some of the best.
Right.
Two of
The elite
best.
of the elite. That is
Exactly.
pretty impressive.
It will actually open up gates too because they'll be like, wow, I can really do this, and
Yeah.
it will inspire people.
Yeah, and I studied
Absolutely.
under, Antonio. And
Right.
so, yeah, that's awesome.
And you always want to leave. I think a testament to good leadership is that you bring people up and you don't just take things just for yourself,
Absolutely.
but that you're empowering other people and motivating them to the next level. And you're not just saying, okay, I'm here forever.
Exactly.
You really want people to have that experience and not just take it just for yourself.
And that goes across the board. And I think that that's something really important for everyone to understand. It's the leadership mentality you have to uplift at all times. So kudos to them. I definitely think that it's a great story and wish them all the
I'm
best.
sad to see them go.
Me too.
Because every year, I'm one of the people that goes and sees Alvin Ailey every
Coming
year.
next week.
I
We're
know.
going. So
We're
excited.
going.
Yes, my favorite is Revelation. I love. It's my favorite. Anyways,
Is that all of our stories?
yeah, that is
So
it
we're
for
going
now.
to dive right into this interview with you two. I'm so excited to know more about you. My first question is for you. How do you balance, because I know that your background is in education. I am a fellow educator as well. So I know that if you're passionate about it, you are in for the long
Yes.
haul. You are not in it for the money. You're in it because you are in it because this is something that you feel is needed. How do you balance that and Nia's, life as a dancer? Because it's hard to keep up on your studies and do dancing. So how do you guys find that balance?
It's difficult, but I think Nia's homeschooled this year, and that was by she was suggested that last year, and I'm like, I don't know. I'm very traditional as far as the educational approach.
Right.
Bricks and mortar, that's what I think is grade schooling. And then my brother, who's also an educator, said, Holly, you ran a school. So if you can run a school, don't you think that you can manage a homeschool experience for your daughter? You know what good education is. And I'm like, you know what? I can do that. And what it did was open eyes opened my eyes to understanding, like really thinking about education in different formats. And the world is changing. You have technology that's right at your fingertips.
Yeah.
And it's wonderful for me and for Nia. She has a tutor who does math, science. I do the humanities. And she has a really good teacher on set. And she just has to learn. Nia's really good.
teachers.
Yeah.
Teachers. I won't say who her favorite is, but
It's you, Mom.
No, it's not.
Look at Nia's face.
She's the one that gives me a lot of work.
Of course.
But she's really good at managing her time, really good with her work ethic, and she's disciplined. And so I think it's really going to serve her well in life that she is going to be able to manage both a demanding career as well as the needs that she has for education. Education comes first.
Yeah.
You can't
Definitely.
compromise.
No.
I know she's passionate about dance. I know she wants to pursue singing and music, but you have to be articulate. You have to be an
Yes,
independent
ma'am.
thinker. You have to be able to engage in conversation. So with that in mind, you have to be critical in your analysis. You have to be educated.
So I do
You
want to
always have a job with those
ask,
skills.
I know that you are only 14 in a couple of months, and college is so far-fetched. However, given that you do want to pursue a career in dancing and in music, are you going to go to college if you reach stardom and fame and all of this money first? Or are you going to just like, I got this money, I'm good, I don't need to go to school, like a lot of celebrities do, like Justin Bieber, did he go to college? Or
He didn't go to high school.
He's old. He's how old? He needs to be in college.
I said he did not even go to high school.
I was gonna say, but he would. I feel like, see, this is my thing. I'm not for or against traditional education. You can get education outside of. So he did get his high school diploma, but he didn't physically go to
don't
high
know
school.
that.
So, how do you feel about that? Are you going to go on to college?
I would like to.
Great.
I actually want to go somewhere either in LA or New York.
Pepperdine University, holla. Right on the beach, honey. It's so nice.
And because I do like Broadway and everything, so I want to be on Broadway one day. So I was like, if I go to
You can go to NYU.
exactly
Or Juilliard.
NYU or Columbia
Columbia.
or
Oh,
Juilliard,
yes.
like. Because I was like,
yes,
there's so many
Juilliard.
schools in New York. Like, but my dad and I, we always talk about, I wonder which college I want to go to, because we always go back and forth with this. So like, I'll apply to Yale, but
Yeah. Do your parents give you pressure about attending their alma maters?
Do you think so?
I know no one wants to go where I went to college because it's a small rural college in Massachusetts. So no one wants to go out of my
Where'd
three
you
children.
go?
Well,
Mount
my dad-
Holyoke?
The equivalent, Williams College.
Oh.
No one wants to go to
Yeah.
Williamstown,
Don't go there.
Massachusetts. No. So I have my doctorate from Penn, so I might
Okay.
stand a chance with my
Penn's
oldest
great.
going to
yeah.
Penn. But my
great.
husband is one who's always like Cornell or CMU.
Well,
Yeah.
He's always trying
He's
to
the
push those.
one.
He's
Because
the
he's
one.
always like, Nia, do you want to go to Cornell?
Oh.
I'm like, nah. But he was like, but that's where I went. I'm like,
it's such a great
you know,
school.
it's a good school. It's an amazing school actually. But I want to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Now, how does your dad feel about you being this star that you are? Like, how does he, interact with you? Is it like, oh, Nia's growing up, or I just want to keep her in my bosom? Like, what is that relationship like?
He's kind of like, oh, you're still my little baby girl, but also he's like, I still need you, like, not to lose yourself. Like, you need to make sure
Absolutely.
that you have your feet on the ground.
Got that right.
That's
tells
the
me that all the time.
most important thing, because it seems like once you get to Hollywood and it's just like money and all these different celebrities and you have fame, everything
one tells you
gets
no.
yeah.
Right. get
And
crazy.
he always says, like, if you're going to be famous but not have your feet on the ground, I don't want you to be famous.
I know that's right.
I want you to be how you are, and I always want you to be how you are.
Now, what about your brothers?
How do they react?
Yeah, how do they react? Get me together, ma'am. Do they poke at you? Or they're like, oh, you think you're all that because you're on TV? How was that dynamic? They just give you a hard time just because?
Just because.
Okay,
just
I've
because
got
they're my
brothers
brothers.
too.
Yeah.
And that
And
never
I'm in
changes.
the middle. I'm the only girl, so,
Oh, yeah.
you know.
That
What did your
never
brother
changes.
just text by before we got here?
Oh, there's a game called 10-10 that I'm really loving right now.
What's 10-10?
And what is it?
I'm old.
It's like Tetris, but
Oh, I
it's
love
renamed
Tetris.
1010.
Oh.
Okay.
So it's like that. And my oldest brother, EJ, well, Ivan, but I call him EJ.
Okay.
But EJ, he texted me actually, and he said, okay, so I think I have a better score than you in 10-10. And I was like, oh, no, you don't.
Yeah.
And then he was like, yes, I do. And I was like, no, you don't. How many points do you have? And he was like, da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, oh, I have so many more than you. And I sent him the picture of my high score, and I sent it to him, and that shut him up.
Oh.
So you guys seem like
EJ.
such a sweet, loving, close-knit family, and it's so refreshing. You know what? You guys need your own reality show. I will
do one.
in. Would you guys ever do a reality show?
The whole family. That would be.
My dad would like
Dance
that.
parents. That's what #dance parents
No,
are.
the Frasers.
I love that.
The
That has a
Frasers.
ring to it.
We would make our own reality.
Yeah.
My boys are very different. I have a 16-year-old son who's very athletic. And
He
then
doesn't like being on television.
No.
We would make
He would
him
be
though.
great. Just because of that.
Fun. He's actually really funny.
Yeah,
They were just
is.
here last week, and then my youngest is 12. He just turned 12 last week, and he's really into like science and math. And
See, that's what makes
Yeah,
for good
they're different.
television because you have all these different dynamics that you can tune into, and it's not. I think it would be awesome. Somebody needs to jump
It's
on
not
that.
ratchet. Y'all aren't going to be brawling.
No, won't
it's just
be
going
that.
to be good family time.
So speaking of ratchet, I'm going to give you a hashtag, and I want you to tell me what you think it means. Hashtag ratchet.
Okay.
Both of y'all.
Okay.
Really quick. Hashtag ratchet.
What does it mean?
What does it mean? First thing that pops into your
Okay,
head.
I was hot mess.
Okay, good.
Boom. Miss Holly.
I would think it just means disgusting.
Ooh, good one. Hashtag Black Lives Matter.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first.
I'm thinking about the shootings against black males and that they do matter, like justice. I guess justice
Great.
is the first word.
Justice.
Come back to me on that.
Okay, hashtag, I'll give you an easier one. Hashtag dance.
Oh.
Look at her face.
And she's like, oh, wait a minute.
She was like, hold on, this is my Miller.
Life.
Oh, I love
Yes. Miss Holly.
Passion.
Okay.
it. Love that.
Perfect.
Now, one more really quick question before we get into our game, another game. Now, I know you're only 13 and you're not thinking about boys, but out of all the celebrities out there, who's your celebrity crush?
I like Cody Simpson.
Ooh,
And I
okay.
do like Justin Bieber too.
Of course. Who doesn't like Justin Bieber?
It's both of them.
Even with that beard that he has going on right now?
he has a beard.
Girl, yes.
It's cute though.
Hashtag hot mess.
It's so cute.
Just saying.
All right, Corrine, tell us about our game.
Okay, so the game, Miss Nia. So basically, if it's true or you feel this way, you're going to say totes my goats.
Okay.
If not, you're just going to say nah.
Okay.
How the kids say, nah. You don't have to keep it hip for you. Okay, this would be just really quick, rapid fire. So you hate being homeschooled.
Nah.
You're the queen of double dutch.
Nah.
In your alone time, mom, cover your ears, you twerk softly in the bathroom mirror.
No.
You love french fries?
Toast
Toast
McGowan.
Frozen is your favorite movie.
Toast McGowan.
Let it go! Yes! Okay. You're your mom's favorite daughter.
Toast McGowan.
You know every word to Beyonce's hit song, 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven. Okay? Toast McGowan. And you love to do the wobble at family functions.
The wobble.
Do you know how to do the wobble?
I do know how to do the wobble. I do know how to do the wobble. I like the.
Your or, huh? Or.
Wait, there's another one. I forgot.
The Cupid
what it's
Shuffle,
called.
the Electric
Cha-cha
Slide.
Slide.
I do like the cha.
The cha-cha is my joint.
Yeah.
Okay.
like
So
that
you're or not
I
for the
like
wobble.
all of them
Yeah.
equally because they're all just like such family ones. Like,
Yeah.
Like busting them out.
I love them.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the last two, your favorite singer is Katy Perry.
Totes
Totes McGowan. And then your favorite show on BHL is Reality Check.
Toast
Totes McGowan. So So much fun. Okay.
Well, what do you have coming out next? Let's talk about some future ventures you guys
Yes.
have.
Okay. So actually, my video is coming out very soon.
Yes.
Video? Wait, what do you mean video? What's going on?
My music video.
You do music now? I thought you were just a dancer.
She's a triple threat, honey.
Tell me
Actor, dancer.
Dancer. So it should be out very soon. And Mikey Minden, he was the director choreographer. So
Awesome.
he's done a bunch of people, and I'm so excited that he got to do my
Yes.
stuff. So, and it's gonna be a dance remix version. So
Nice.
it's not gonna be the regular version.
That's
Okay.
very
It's gonna
nice.
be faster and
So will we see your other castmates in your video? Maybe a cameo?
I don't think so.
Nah, you're like, I wasn't in theirs. What about Asia? Will Asia be in it? Do you talk to Asia?
I don't.
She's out here. Mm-hmm. She's grown. Anyway.
So I've seen her in a really long time. I actually really miss her.
Oh, well, shout out to Asia.
Hey, Asia.
Yeah, hashtag BHL Reality Check. Let's get this reunion going. Let's talk about your music. What genre would you kind of classify
That's a good
this?
For this one, I would say it's under pop, but I would also say, would you say R&B kind of?
Urban R&B.
Nice.
Awesome.
Contemporary.
So, who inspires you as far as like artists that you kind of relate to and that you kind of like looked to when you were making your own music?
Beyonce.
Okay, sorry.
But I like a bunch of artists. So like I love Adele
Yes.
and
Oh, I love
Sarah
Adele.
Bareilles.
Oh,
okay.
love Ingrid Michaelson.
Yes.
Do you know Ingrid? You know,
She's like, no.
Sorry.
Who would you work with? If you had Beyonce, who else? Top three.
Katy Perry.
Okay.
Beyonce, Katy.
Beyonce, Katy, and I would say Taylor Swift.
Tay-Tay.
Love.
I do love her new album, though.
It
It is good.
It's
I
rocking.
wanted to not like it because it was too much Taylor all the time. But honey,
1989.
this
Great.
is the jam.
especially while it is
Yes.
streams.
Girl, come on now. Yes.
So
Give me
speaking
life.
of Taylor Swift, you kind of give me a little bit of Taylor Swift vibe as far as music goes. You're so positive, you're so uplifting, and Taylor Swift's music is pretty much that. She
Right.
has not changed her style. She has not
She's
given
wholesome.
in. Yeah, she's very wholesome and
wholesome.
she's very relatable. Is that kind of the track that you want to stay on?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think
You're not going to go Britney Spears on this?
No, do you see who her mother is? Honey, please.
she won't. She
She
won't
would
let
know.
me. But I think that Taylor Swift is a great role model.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I love her.
And so, do you have anything coming out, or you're just like full throttle, all for Nia, and just supporting her career?
It's really been interesting. I put my career basically on hold to be a momager for Nia.
Yes.
It's amazing that being on the show takes up an enormous amount of time.
Filming.
But I love that I'm able to do I would do it for any one of my children. And the fact that I have this opportunity is a blessing that I'm able to do it. I have a husband at home who's able to hold down the fort so I can be out in LA for 10 weeks to take Nia to auditions, to help her record music, work on a video, get her connected to the right people. And it's been amazing just following up with all of the people who have been so instrumental with the music, with the dance, and with the television show. It's been really, really good. So I don't have anything personally. My job right now is to do whatever I can to move Nia to the next level.
And it's also really funny because whenever we're back home in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, that's where dreams are made.
I'm from Ohio, so I'm like,
But
yeah.
back home, I don't really see my mom whenever we're not filming. She's always with my brothers at their games, their
That's
practices.
super mommy.
And my dad always picks me up from dance every night.
Cute.
So
Daddy's little girl.
whenever we're not filming, she hangs out with my brothers and I hang out with my dad.
And that's
Right.
perfect. So you have music, and then we have your video. What's next? Or is there anything else that you guys are working
I
on?
would love to do acting. I've been doing auditions. So
Great.
Come on, girl. It's time.
What channel do you see yourself on?
I would say Disney, Nick.
Mm-hmm.
I do like to cook, so Food Network. And
All right.
TLC.
Yes. For your reality show.
For
That's
The
reality.
Frasers.
So, before we close out, I just want to know more about this app that you have.
Oh,
Now,
okay.
yeah, how my questions are, one, how did you come about getting this app? And then two, how can people go ahead and download it and get to know your business?
So, how you can download it? It's on the app. It's in the app. It's in the App Store.
It's on the App Store, people.
So it's called Nia's Nation, and you just download it. And I don't know how much it is, but you just
do it.
buy it, and then you get to see all the things that I'm doing.
Yeah.
And there are actually pictures that I haven't posted on the internet yet,
Nice.
like on social media.
So all the
Yeah.
behind the scenes,
Exactly.
of everything.
and
About
videos
everything.
too, and then you can also chat and everything, and I could also call you.
Oh,
Wow, see that you should have said that first.
Yeah.
Like, you guys download my app and then you can call me.
We'll talk.
We'll talk. Well,
really
thank you
fun.
guys so
No
much
boys,
for being
though.
on Reality Check. That's interesting. When are you allowed to date?
16.
Not before 16.
That's my mom, 16.
No, that was it. Was 16.
They couldn't call the house.
No,
But now these
16.
kids have cell phones.
She has but you know what? It's so interesting in that when people meet Nia, she's very mature, and then when she filmed her video, and people met her like, oh my gosh, on the set she was like a different kid, and then she would go back and be in a corner reading her book.
Yeah.
She's very much still a child and very childlike. Like she has a persona. Like
Yeah.
when she's on stage,
You're on.
she's on. She's doing her job. She's excited about it. But when she's off, she's just a regular kid.
I'm Nia.
Where can everyone find you guys?
Well, my website's drhollyfraizer.com.
Okay.
And mine is niasuitfrazier.com.
What about Twitter, Instagram? Do you guys have any handles?
Tumblr, all that.
So my Instagram is Nia_Sue5, and then my Twitter is Real Nia Sue.
Perfect. And what about you?
And my Twitter and my Instagram handles are both the same. They're very original. Dance Mom Holly.
All right.
Love
No
it.
one took those, so those were available to me.
Love it. And it's so straightforward. So we
You can-
love that.
You can find me.
Thank you guys for watching. I'm your host, Ashley Gray. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram at Ashley Gray TV. Corinne, where can everyone
And
find
y'all can
you?
check me out on Twitter at Just Saying 08 and on Instagram Just Saying 1908.
Thank you so much, and we will see you next week.
From producers Maria Menounos, Dario Kristen, Tiana Hobson, Kevin Undergaro, and the entire BHL crew, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us at info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I'm your BHL announcer, Scipio. Instagram me at Planet Scipio. Thank you for tuning in.
Hollywood Redefined.
The views expressed here are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.